Good morning, my good friends. This is Roger at Mud Fossil University. Now, I traditionally do research on mud fossils, which are soft tissue fossils that have been preserved because they were preserved in floods and mud. So let's just forget about that. That's not the important part. The important part is that I stumbled across the chemistry of what makes people sick and makes people healthy, I believe. Now, what it really is the most basic things that you do to eat and to keep your intestines and your digestive system healthy. And it has effects of absolutely unbelievable impact on everyone's body. Now we're going to look at autism, schizophrenia, intestinal disorders. If you have any single disease whatsoever, this is very important for you to watch and listen to this, because every single disease has the same gut root cause, and it is the gut. It's the gut. Hippocrates in 460 BC, every disease starts in the gut. Today, 2019, he's still right. Health is the bacteria that lives in the membranes. They create slime and mucus to protect themselves, and they protect your tissues at the same time. They digest your food into small enough molecules for you to absorb them. The bacteria create enzymes, which are little chemistry sets that go out and break up products, and enzymes create health products for you. These are the things that you need to be healthy. If you don't have the bacteria creating the enzymes, you will not have the health products in your body. Enzymes create metals and salts and all kinds of things. And the metals move to transport these different products around your body using tiny little pH changes. You are a chemistry set. Now, we're going to look at this in a way that's going to help everyone. And Marguerite O'Reilly over there in Ireland is kicking off a group of just people sharing their experiences. All right? Everybody's got to open up wide. Open up and talk and speak and think and listen and pay attention, because you can help. Everyone can be helped by this research of gut bacteria, and it's I'm not the only one speaking about it. It's very, very big now. Just look it up. It's called the microbiota. It's all digestion and health, and we've been proving this to some degree. Marguerite's son, John, wonderful young guy, but was afflicted with autism, a very severe autism, and after not a very long time, a lot of the symptoms started to get better, a lot better. Now, Marguerite will have her own take on this and speak about it, but seems like she's pretty happy about the whole thing. Now, there is issues that you have to do it on a maintenance basis, because there is an issue with guts when your gut, when the bacteria is no longer infused, they call it bound, inside the membranes. Inside your membranes there's thousands of layers, and between every layer there's bacteria lives there. When you go in and kill them, they no longer protect that membrane, and you become invaded. Right? When you become invaded, you're in trouble, and if you can't protect yourself, this is the kind of things you don't have the materials to do the job. You have leakage into the gut. You have your sterile areas are being invaded by who knows what. As soon as the membrane can't protect you anymore, you got troubles. Now, we're going to go through this and look at autism and digestive disorders. Now, don't forget, as I said, every single disease, if you put in any single disease and then follow it by "and digestive disorders," it will say, here's the digestive disorder that's related to that disease. Well, it's the disease that's related to the digestive disorders. Most common gastrointestinal complaints in autism: constipation, diarrhea, all these reflux, all kinds of problems, and every one of the kids has them. And their urine is dark orange usually. That's what you get under control. Once you have that under control, then you can go looking for some exotic cures. This is the cure. And it's the cure for virtually everything from depression, schizophrenia, Alzheimer's, every single disease there is, every single one. Zero does not have a digestive disorder component. And autism is on the extreme end of this affliction. And you have all kinds of, a person that has autism, as people that are in that community fully understand, they lose motor controls. They sort of, what they call it, stimming and shaking and doing all of these things and sounds and all kinds of things. And they have all kinds of problems with food. They don't want certain foods. They apparently maybe they crave certain foods. But if you can get the few little bitty things that Marguerite has discovered into your body and your children's body and anyone that has these digestive disorders, and I mean it's a broad spectrum. You need probiotics. And why do you need the probiotics? And what are the probiotics? Well, probiotics they're living things, they're bacteria. And those little living things, like right here, lactobacillus is like absolutely critical. It's lactic acid, it's a lacto, is the process that breaks down things. And oh boy, what is it? Sauerkraut. And all of these fermented things have a lot of this stuff in it. And that stuff is what breaks down foods. So if you don't have this to break down the foods, you can't eat a big chunk of something, have it go through you without being processed by bacteria. It's absolutely critical, 100%. You take it in, your saliva starts to work on it, you masticate it, chew it all up, you get little bits and pieces, and the saliva starts to break it down. Yes, absolutely. Gets in your stomach, the acid hits it, 100%, yes. However, when it comes out into the small intestine, and they take the acidity out of it, and then you have to go in and extract bits and pieces of what's in there. And then they have to go and become small enough that they can pass through the membranes to get through to the areas where your body wants to attach to them with the blood and move it around your body. And the attachment to the blood is not just, it doesn't just flow into the blood. There has to be a molecule in your blood that says, I'd like to take that little bitty piece there and bring it over to wherever it's needed. And the only way it can do that is you have to have a molecule that is attractive to that particular other molecule that is some nutrient or a vitamin or some structural component your body needs. And it needs it in a certain exact place, and it needs it transported there. It's not just going to walk over there. Somebody's going to grab a hold of it with an electron and say, here, come here with me. I'm going to hold on to that electron, and I'll drag you over to that place. When you get there, there's going to be a guy that you're going to meet up with. He's going to say, here, I got an electron. You come with me. And that's what's going to happen. Then I'll leave. I'll go back and get some more. And that is how your body works. Something in there is telling these things where to go and what to do and how to react with all of us little buddies. And the bacteria has to know when to make these enzymes. You can't let them run rampant in your body. So there has to be, there's absolutely no question about this, that something in your body is guiding the bacteria, which is not part of your body, although it lives there. And it is guiding that bacteria to do a certain job, and that job is to create an enzyme. First of all, the bacteria is going to make slime to protect itself, so nobody has to tell it to do that. It's going to do that when it encounters toxic chemistry. You'll say, whoa, I'm going to slime myself up, put a rain jacket on. Just like you go on the rain, you put a raincoat on. These are the thing slimes itself. So now it's protected, you're protected. So we're off that case. Now, what else does it do? It has to live. What does it do when it lives? It eats stuff. And what does it do when after it eats stuff? It poops it out. And that is what we eat. Literally, that's what you're eating is bacteria poop. But it's true. That is the only size of a molecule that your blood can accept. Now, so it passes through what they call little junctions, tight junctions in your membrane. They don't let stuff through there. They don't want stuff coming through there unless it is the right stuff. This is a very, very sophisticated, elegant dance. Unbelievable what your body is capable of doing. So now, the molecule gets onto the other side. Somebody's got to hold its hand. It brings it down. It drops it off. It comes back and gets more. And that enzyme will do that forever. It doesn't go away. It does it until it's got the job done. And then it just goes away. Those things, there's an elegant situation going on here. And it's not understood well. But it's related between your brain and your guts. Some of the stuff is what they call autonomic. It just happens. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to do much about it. But other stuff, your gut has to react. In other words, like the mucus, that's going to happen. Nothing you can do about that. If the bacteria is there, they're going to eat, and you're going to have stuff coming into you. You're going to be very happy. You don't have to intervene. But there's going to be other situations where there's things missing, and then you're going to be sick. And you're going to have to intervene. And Marguerite has come up with a pretty good solution here. She'll talk about it, but what we really need to do is to get this primal defense. And I don't have any interest in this company. I don't know anybody there. There's no money coming to me ever, and I will never accept any. However, I'd like to see people get healthy. Now, there's a primal defense they make as a powder. That's what you should use. And Marguerite puts it in ice cream, gives it to John. John gets better with it. But you got to do it every day. Now, what we need to do is, if we can prove what Marguerite has discovered, this process of bringing the gut to do its job, if we can prove that that's true, and I think it's true, we've got some pretty solid evidence, then we need to be able to figure out, how do we get those membranes that have lost their bacteria? How do we push it back in? How do we get them to suck those little bacteria back in and stay there, get bound to those membranes? How do we do that? That's the key. And now there is some new technologies that have the pills that they can magnetically control with magnets through your body, and they can actually go in and sample, and because the pill is intelligent. It can get down to where you want it, and then you trip it off with another little magnetic signal. It says, all right, tell me what's going on in there. And it does whatever its chemistry that pill's capable of. I don't really know, but it is a little electronic pill that it can do some form of sampling. Now, if we could find out where the bacteria is and where it is not, we may be able to put it right back in the right spot. And how would we do that? The same pill, only have a trap door in there. You get it down where it's supposed to be. You say, oh, we're missing this lactobacillus brevis. There's none in here. It's supposed to be in that exact, and it's going to be exact sections of your lumen and your small, your small intestine, your large intestine, your bowel, all of these spots, even in your esophagus, your throat, your mouth, your cheeks, your tongue. They all have something special there that's supposed to do the job that's done in that spot. Now, if that spot is missing, the stuff that does the job, because the spot doesn't do anything. The spot just has a job that has to be done there. But these are the guys that do the job. So we send that pill back down through your gut, and it gets down there and says, oh, there's a brevis, the Lactobacillus brevis is missing. And they say, well, I got a little pile of that stuff under this trap door, and you click and say, poof, and it shoots it up in there. Maybe it will get reabsorbed in that one spot. Maybe you have to put another little toxic taste of something in there that opens that membrane up so that it can infuse itself in. I don't know. This is what we need to do, is to get this work done. And it's not being done. They're just telling you to go home, make sure you put a helmet on the kid's head so he doesn't bang himself, something like that. It's absolutely nonsense. This can be fixed. I'm telling you right now, it can be fixed. And Marguerite is the one to pay attention to. She's going to. I'm staying out of the whole thing. I'm just going to be on the outside, looking in, trying to understand what you guys are going to be talking about. All right, because it's you. You guys are the ones, and it's going to be a nice thing. It'll be a community of people that have the same interests. Same things are going to happen to all of you. All right? It's not a. I'm sure it's not a pleasant situation, and I'd like to see it. You know, I'll do what I can. There's not much I can do other than just talk. I have no facilities that can do anything to help you people, other than to make recommendations and say, you know, let's talk together and see if we can come up with a solution. I'd like to fix things. I'm just kind of a busybody, you know, a fixer. This is very, very encouraging. I just sent Marguerite saying that I'm ready to post the introduction to the new group that we're going to have. And she sent back that she was at John Jr.'s football club last night, and the buzz among so many people was amazing. Everyone wants to know about the gut, and they see big difference, and that was the parents talking. So I'm very, very encouraged. It's very, very heartwarming to see something like that. And this is not a lifelong thing. We can get out of this. All right, let's just all get together and share. All right, thank you.